The Cape of Good Hope in South Africa is also known as the Cape of Good Wine. Kanonkop, one of South Africa's most famous wine estates, lies in the Stellenbosch region, about 50 kilometers northeast of Cape Town. At the foot of the Simmelsberg Mountains, a unique climate and geography allows fine grapes to reach their full potential for the making of wines of superb quality. The Kanonkop estate is easy to find. Just look out for the cannon. The name Kanonkop is derived from a koppie, from which a cannon was fired in the 17th century to alert farmers in outlying areas that sailing ships plying the waters between Europe and the Far East had entered Table Bay for a stopover at Cape Town. Only red wine is made on Kanonkop, and the estate has around 100 hectares under vines, some of these being over 60 years old. Harvesting the grapes begins in the heart of the South African summer in February and continues until the end of March and early April, depending on conditions. The fruit is harvested by eye, hand, and taste. The eye selects only the finest bunches, which are snipped by hand to ensure these valuable old vines are not damaged. Once in containers, the grapes are taken to the winery, where the extracting process of vinification begins. The purple bunches of grapes are offloaded, and each berry is removed from its stem by a clinical de-stemming machine, as the stems have no further role to play in the winemaking process. The miller and darge, small underdeveloped grapes, are also removed in this process. The grape berries are then placed on a vibrating sorting table. Here, leaves and twigs are removed, while skilled workers pick off any damaged or unsuitable grapes. This process, which takes place outside the winery, is of great interest to visitors, who are encouraged to see our working winery in action. At Kanonkop, quality is non-negotiable, and only the healthiest and best grapes are allowed to proceed to the next stages of winemaking. The selected grapes are now gently crushed and slowly moved along to the fermentation tanks. At Kanonkop, no vigorous pumping processes are used, as our tradition has proved that the gentler the grapes are treated, the greater they will reward you once they've been turned into wine. And this is true handmade wine. The grapes flow through to open cement tanks, where the fermentation process is allowed to happen as naturally as possible. While the sugar is fermented into alcohol, the essence of winemaking, Kanonkop staff manually punches down the fermenting juice and skins. This process is done around the clock every 2 to 3 hours of the fermentation process, which lasts between 3 and 5 days. By manually punching the juice and skins, maximum extraction of color, tannins, and flavor from the valuable skins is encouraged. This process lies at the heart of winemaking at Kanonkop, ensuring a natural expression of fruit in the final product. Over a 3-day period, as the fermentation process continues, the color develops as it is extracted from the skins, and the difference can be seen in the glass. Once the fermentation is complete, the sluices are opened and the new wine, already rich and red, comes gushing from the tanks. The remaining skins are slightly pressed to extract the final drops of wine before being manually removed from the fermenters. The wine is stored in stainless steel tanks and oak for malolactic fermentation. And once the winemaker is satisfied with the level of quality, the wine is sent to rest in barrels of French oak. This is where the wines mellow and are given balance, depth, and mouthfeel from the imported French barrels Kanonkop uses. The wines age in wood for between 12 and 24 months and are only disturbed by the winemaker, who does random tasting to ensure that the desired quality is being attained. All processes of production are done on the Kanonkop estate. Once the wines have reached the desired level of quality, they are bottled and labeled before being packaged for transportation to international and local markets. Kanonkop also offers visitors a chance to taste and purchase the selection of wines in our tasting facility. Besides wine, hospitality is part of the Kanonkop tradition, And today, thousands of wine lovers from all over the world, as well as South Africa, annually visit the estate. Here they are introduced to the 6 wines Kanonkop produce. Kanonkop Cadet Red, a house wine for everyday drinking. The world-renowned Pinotage, the celebrated Cabernet Sauvignon, and the Bordeaux blend Paul Sour. New in the range are the refreshing Pinotage Dry Rosé and Black Label Pinotage, proudly produced from the oldest single vineyard on the estate. Kanonkop has established an investment art gallery inside one of our oak maturation centers, which visitors to the estate can browse through and enjoy. Whether you're a wine connoisseur, a traveler seeking light refreshment, or a person that just loves wine, Kanonkop always offers a warm welcome and a glass of good wine. That's just the way we are.